Hello everyone, I'm Andy and welcome to St Peter's Holiday Club Online. It's our last day today, but we've had 2 great days so far, haven't we? And listen out for a special announcement at the end for something extra that's happening. Well, you might be wondering, where is Andy? Well, actually, I'm in a really deep cave underneath Farnborough, and this is the control room for the Dependables online holiday club. I've got everything ready here. I can talk to everyone. I can talk to the whole team. They're all ready, waiting to go. I've got our computers all controlling everything so that you get the full holiday club experience. We've had 2 days so far. Can you remember some of the things that have happened already in our holiday club? Can you remember who was gunged? Oh dear, I hope it's not me today. But what about the stories? Can you remember the story from Monday? Yeah? When Peter left everything, trusted Jesus and followed him. What about the story yesterday? Do you remember the 12 disciples? They followed Jesus as well. They all trusted him. Today, we've got another story about someone who trusted Jesus. But before all that, got some jokes. Thank you for sending all your jokes in. We love your jokes. I've got some jokes here for you. Right, here we go. Here's the first one. How do ghosts clean their hair? With shampoo. It's a great one there, isn't it? I hope you haven't heard that one before. Here's a couple of animal jokes now. What do giraffes tell each other? Do you know? Tall stories. And what is the biggest ant in the world? An elephant. They're great. Keep them coming in. We can read all of them. Put them on our Facebook page, wherever you like. Excellent. Right, anyway, enough of these silly jokes. We've got to get on. A lot of things to do. Let's see if everyone's ready. I'm going to check in on, see if Mrs. Dependable is ready. Okay, Mrs. Dependable. Mrs. Dependable, are you ready? There she is, Mrs. Dependable. Mrs. Dependable, are you ready? Oh my goodness. Mrs. Dependable, she is definitely not ready, is she? Oh dear. Right, I think what Mrs. Dependable's going to need is a bit of a wake-up, shake-up with Chloe and the team.
Hi guys, welcome. Everyone up on your feet and we're going to start exercising. Keep the pigeons and scatter them. We'll do some star jumps. And everyone put on some sunscreen. Baits as well. We're going to do some fishing. Spot. Some praising, praise Jesus. Some star jumps. I think those pigeons need feeding again. And scare them. Again. Some more star jumps. Yay! Well done, everybody! Great job!
Welcome back. Right, I hope you're all awake and ready to go now. Yep, great. Okay, well now we've got our story, and it's another story today about someone who really had to trust Jesus this time. Okay, let's watch our story.
Stories of the Bible. Peter walks on water. This is Peter.
Hey-o! Whoop!
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus,
Whoa!
and he heard all his teachings. Great crowds followed Jesus wherever he went. One day after Jesus had done a great miracle, he sent the disciples in a boat across the lake while he stayed and sent the people home.
See ya!
Bye, Jesus.
After sending them home, Jesus went up into the hills by himself to pray. Meanwhile, the disciples were in trouble far away from land, for a strong wind had risen, and they were fighting heavy waves. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them, walking on water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, "It's a ghost!"
Hold on there.
But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage. I am here." Then Peter called to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." So Jesus said, "Yes, come." So Peter went over the side of the boat
Whoa! You're awesome!
and walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves,
Whoa!
he was terrified and began to sink.
Baby, help me!
"Save me, Lord!" he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. Jesus said, "You have so little faith. Why did you doubt me?" When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped. Then the disciples worshipped him and said, "You really are the Son of God."
Oh, that's better.
My goodness. Oh, now that was the weirdest thing Jesus has done yet.
I don't believe it.
Yes, we know you don't believe it. How many times are you going to tell us?
He's got a point though, hasn't he? I mean, how did Jesus do that? In the middle of a storm and everything.
Oh, I thought we were going to sink for sure. That wind was so strong. And then along he comes, walking on water, all casual like. It's like it's a totally normal thing to do.
I don't believe it.
And then, Pete, what on earth were you thinking? Asking him to tell you to come to him and then actually trying it.
I just saw him and it was so amazing. I felt that he could do anything. So I asked.
Yeah, and then you got out of the boat and actually did it. You are totally insane.
I don't believe it.
Seriously, Pete, how come you did something so mad?
I don't know really. I just felt I wanted to do whatever Jesus does. And then he saved my life.
What? When you fell in?
It was incredible, unbelievable, awesome. And I want to live every day like this. I trust Jesus and I'm going to follow him and do what he tells me. And I know that he will always save me.
Okay, chill.
Yeah, he's right though, isn't he? I mean, if Jesus has this power, then we can trust him and know that whatever happens, he'll save us.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I'm not sitting around here any longer. I'm going to go and find Jesus and I'm going to tell him that I trust him and I'll do whatever he asks me because I know he'll save me. Anybody else coming?
Yeah?
I think I might go with him.
Well, me too. Come on.
Jim, wait for us. Yeah.
Well, wasn't that a great story? And did you enjoy the drama? Excellent. Well, I think it's time for some activity again now, isn't it? We're going to sing We Want to See Jesus Lifted High, which has got lots of actions to do. And to help us with the actions is Nathan and Cheryl and the cat. Look out for the cat. Okay, let's stand up, get ready for our song.
We wanna see Jesus lifted high, the better
that an incredible story and drama? It really showed us how, when we trust in Jesus, we can achieve anything. I mean, just put yourself in the shoes of one of the disciples. You were out on a boat in the middle of a storm when suddenly one of your closest friends is out walking on the water. It's almost completely unbelievable. But as we go on to see, Jesus not only walks on the water himself, but he invites his disciples to walk with him. I don't know about you, but I can't even fathom walking on water. It's not as if it's a hot day where it wouldn't matter if they fell in. This was the middle of a storm, but still Jesus asked his disciples to walk with him and trust in him. And it was through this that Peter was able to walk on the water as well. We see at the end of the drama that Jim and all the other disciples say that they will from then on trust Jesus in everything, as they know that he will always be there to save them. And this is the same for us today. Jesus will always be there for us and ready to save us, no matter what we are doing and how scared we may be to do it. You'll be able to think more about this through the questions in the booklet for today. Peter did something in which he had to trust Jesus in our story. And next up, we have a very special guest who also did something very recently which required a lot of trust in Jesus.
Hi, so for 6 months I went to South Africa and volunteered on a children's village with kiddies who couldn't be looked after by their parents for whatever reason. For the first 3 months I took part on a discipleship course where we learnt lots of amazing things like God, so basically like Holiday Club except for grown-ups. And then for the second 3 months I went into a specific internship into their equivalent of a nursery here.
What did you learn about God during this time?
So one big thing that I learned more about God while I was there was about God's kindness, and how everything he does always works together for good, and that we can trust him in all that we do because he loves us and he knows what's best for us.
What did you have to trust God most about?
So I realised while I was there that actually I needed to let God make the big decisions in my life and that I couldn't do that anymore. So one big way where I had to trust him was in deciding my uni place for next year. So God clearly told me to go to Bath, so I have signed up for there and got a place there, even though I haven't really been or visited, which is an amazing step of faith that I've never done before. And then the second way I had to trust him lots was knowing when to come home. With all the corona stuff, we didn't know if we were going to end up staying there because we couldn't get flights back or not, but God sent us a plane on a repatriation flight, so we all decided to take it because it was a clear sign that we were meant to come home, so we had to trust him in that as well. So now I will hand you over to Zoe and Emma, who are going to be doing your craft.
Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Peter walking on water. You will need a piece of card or paper with a slit cut in the middle. You might want to ask an adult to help you with that bit. A semicircle piece of paper, some clouds, one big enough to write something in and the others can be other sizes, a sun, some people. I printed mine off the internet, but you can draw them if you want, some colouring pencils, some scissors, a glue stick, a lollipop stick and some sellotape. First you'll need to colour in your boat and your people if you want to, and then on your piece of paper or card you can colour in some waves. I did a bit at the top for a sky, but it doesn't really matter. And then you'll need to glue your Peter to your lollipop stick or sellotape or however you want to stick him on. And then on your bigger cloud, you'll need to write, "Truly you are the Son of God," Matthew 14 verse 33, as a reminder that we can always trust in Jesus just like Peter did. And then once you've finished, you can put them on our Facebook page and we'll all have a look at them.
Well, I hope you had lots of fun doing that craft. Don't forget, there's lots of other things to do in your booklets. Today's story and activities are all on pages 12, 13, 14 and 15. Because it's the last day, you can do whatever you like in it. Don't forget there's also our stories, so you can read them again. Perhaps you can think about how we could trust Jesus to save us, like he saved Peter in our story today. Peter really had to trust him when he stepped out of the boat, didn't he? I wonder if you would trust Jesus if he asked you to do something. Right, now we're going to pray. So we're going to do our 1, 2, 3. Are you ready? Arms stretched out. 1, 2, and eyes closed. 3. Dear Lord Jesus, we thank you for Holiday Club this week. We thank you for all the things we've been able to enjoy, all the things we've been able to join in with. We thank you for the stories we've heard. And we pray that you would help us to trust you in the same way that Peter trusted you and the other disciples trusted you. If you ask us to do something. Amen. Amen. Brilliant. Right. Okay, this is the part of the morning I think some of you have probably been waiting for. We're going to find out who's going to get gunged today. I really hope it's not me. Okay, let's see who gets gunged.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wheel of Doom is back yet again for day 3. Don't worry, nothing has changed and everyone here is still at the mercy of the wheel. And the incredibly lucky person to be gunged on the final day is Helen.
I really don't think this is fair. I really don't want to be gunged.
3, 2, 1, 0!
Oh, I never learned to keep my mouth shut. What is... That's enough. Has it got porridge in it?
Well, that's the end of our online holiday club today. Hope you had loads of fun with us. Don't forget to add some comments. Don't forget to go on our Facebook pages. Get your mum and dad to upload some pictures of the crafts you made or anything you've been doing. We love to see what you've been up to this summer. Brilliant. Now, for that one more announcement. On Sunday, there's going to be an online special holiday club service at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock Sunday morning. Come and join with us. It'll be on YouTube. And you'll be able to see the link will be at the end of this holiday club. All the details will appear on the screen, so hope you can join us on Sunday. Well, that's it from the Dependables HQ somewhere deep under Farnborough. Hope you had fun with us. See you soon. Bye.